I said Isaiah 45. I hope this is the right one here. Isaiah 45:7. Here's another verse that I want to explain to you. It reads, I form the light and create darkness. I make peace and I create evil. I, the Lord, do all these things. Now, does that sound like the God you know? So why is it said that way here? Well, I'll tell you why. When you read a verse like this, the first thing you want to do is go out and begin to look up the Hebrew words. Because even though this is King James, and the King James and Greek and Hebrew are the closest we have to the original word, but we still find some error. Very little, but we find some error. Okay? So you can use another Bible translation that has, I won't name it, but it's called the New Indispensable Version. It has 38,000 errors in it. So where this you find very little error, with other versions, by the time you get through reading it, you don't know who God is to start with because it's so mixed up and jumbled, so far away from the original word. But when you look up this word create, what you're going to find is that this word can mean like chopping wood is one of the meanings. Now, with Hebrew, a word can have more than one meaning. And it can have opposite meanings. So when people translate, they translate really, I think, out of their relationship and their understanding of God. So when I read this, I'm saying, that's not the God I serve. I need to go back and look up every word. So let's read it. If we were to translate it, chop down instead of create, which is one of the meanings of the Hebrew word, it would read, I form the light and I create darkness. I make peace and I chop down evil. I, the Lord, do all these things. Now, does that sound more like the Lord you know? Okay, so that's why it's important to go back and look up words. And it's also real important to match what's said with other scripture. So scripture should interpret scripture. So if we go to the New Testament, let's see if I can pull it up here. I'm going to go to 1 John. Let's see here. There it is. 1 John 3:8. Okay, now listen to this. Now think about the verse I just said. God chops down evil. If that word would have been translated, in my opinion, correctly. Now here's a New Testament version of the same thing. It says, he that committeth sin is of the devil. In other words, he's the one that's creating the evil. For the devil sinneth from the beginning. For this purpose, the Son of God was manifest that he might destroy the works of the devil. Now we got Old and New Testament agreeing with each other. Because he's chopping down evil in the Old Testament, and over here, he's destroying the works of Satan. Those match. See how they match each other? So that's what I want to encourage you to do. Is when you find something that don't smell right, start looking at other scripture. Start looking at how the verse was translated into English. And that will help you.